Well, hello everyone. I'm Drew Badger, co-founder of EnglishAnyone.com, and today I thought I would share a free speaking evaluation that I gave to one of our Master English Conversation subscribers. There are a lot of great tips in here, and I thought they would be useful for everyone out there studying, so I'm releasing this for everyone to learn with. I hope you enjoy, and if you like this, feel free to post a comment down below this video, or feel free to send me a mail at info@englishanyone.com if you have any questions. Here we go. First of all, I wanted to say thank you so much, and I'm so proud of you for recording your voice and actually sending it to me. I know it can be a very difficult thing, and it takes a lot of courage, especially when you don't feel very confident about your speaking. But your English is fantastic. I'll say that one more time because you need to remember that. Your English is already fantastic. The only thing that you need to do is basically just improve a few small things, and you'll see a lot of improvement in your speaking. The process of building speaking confidence comes from small successes. So you don't kind of become a confident speaker at one time and it's already amazing. Basically, what you do is you focus on individual small things about your English. So you improve one kind of pronunciation and improve your grammar a little bit, and then together all of these things, as you improve them and you actually see the difference immediately, even if it's just a small difference, when you see this in your English, you'll really start to feel the confidence building, and you'll feel a lot more excited to get out and speak. So let's go through a couple of small things. Again, your English is excellent, but we can just tweak. To tweak something, that's T-W-E-A-K. To tweak something means just to change it slightly, because on the whole, your English is really great already. So here are a few things that you can do to start improving your English. The first thing is phonics. Now, we have a phonics course that's completely free at EnglishAnyone.com, and you can also find it on YouTube. It's called The Sounds of English. And especially for Chinese speakers like yourself, the TH sound and the WH and the SH, these are called digraphs. And it's the sounds that you don't find in your own language that make it a little bit more difficult for you to start using them in English. But really, it's quite easy to start making these sounds. The first one that I want you to practice on, and you don't need to worry about anything else, just focus on this one sound. And this is the TH. So this is in something like the, thank you, those kinds of words. And all you do is you bite your tongue. So stick your tongue out, even if you think it looks funny. Stick your tongue out and bite your tongue. It's kind of difficult to make the sound, but all you're doing is biting your tongue. What you're doing right now is making more of an F sound, like A, B, C, D, E, F, and you're biting your lower lip when you speak. So instead of biting your lip, I want you to bite your tongue. So just practice making those sounds, bite your tongue like this, and say thank you, thank you, thank you. And you can record yourself and then listen over and over again, and you can actually hear the improvement in the way you sound. So even though you don't really use this sound in Chinese, it becomes really easy to do because all you're doing is biting your tongue. The next thing you can focus on is how you use your grammar. And a lot of times, if you listen even when I'm speaking right now, I want to be very slow and clear so you can understand everything I'm saying. But you'll notice that I don't keep talking if I don't know exactly what to say. And it will help you. We call this a stutter, S-T-U-T-T-E-R. A stutter, it is if you say something like, I don't know what I want to say. And you repeat the same sound over and over again, and it will take away from your confidence. So the best thing to do is to not say anything. Sometimes, even if you want to express yourself, you can't find the right words. And even as a native English speaker, we all have this issue that comes up. It's not a problem, but it's just something that you need to think about. So instead of saying I, try saying nothing. Stop and think about what you want to say, and then express it as one complete sentence or one phrase or something like that. So, as an example, I could say, I like going to the movies. Or I could stop and think and then say, I like going to the movies. I like going to the movies. So take your time and don't worry about speaking if you're not ready with something good to say. People will wait and they will listen. It's okay. The next thing that you can worry about is when you're building your grammar, because good grammar becomes the main thing that you focus on before worrying about pronunciation. A lot of times they want to focus on pronunciation first, but this is a mistake. Basically, it doesn't matter if your pronunciation is good if your grammar is not already excellent. So always focus on your grammar first, and then as you get speaking more, you'll feel much more confident even if your pronunciation is not very good. So make sure even the basic grammar that you use, just listen to the difference in this one sentence. He go to the park. He go to the park. Now, even if my pronunciation is okay, I'm speaking with regular English pronunciation, and I say he go to the park, a native English speaker would listen to that sentence and it would actually hurt their ears a little bit because it's grammatically incorrect. So the correct English sentence would be he goes to the park. So even if my pronunciation is not very good, like I can kind of mimic a Chinese accent, he go to the park. He go to the park. And even if I'm not saying it perfectly, I can use that same Chinese accent, but if I use the grammar properly, he goes to the park. He goes to the park. And you're a native English speaker and you listen to that, it sounds like perfect English, even if your pronunciation is a little bit different. Remember that English is a world language and that you're always going to have people with slightly different accents. And this is why it doesn't matter so much how your accent is. It's more, can you master grammar, and especially basic grammar. So the mastery of basic grammar is what will begin to give you the confidence to start speaking more. And then as you speak, you will learn a lot more and then want to improve your pronunciation, and that will happen naturally because you're speaking more. So the final thing I wanted to say, besides all of these little tips, is also how you think about yourself as a learner of English. So you are already a great speaker and you understand grammar for the most part, and your pronunciation is already quite good. There are just a few sounds that you need to practice, and again, use that phonics video series to watch the letter combinations and listen to the sounds of the words. And if you can do that, then I also want you to change the way you think and not consider yourself an English learner. You are an English speaker. And instead of going to forums or community places where people are practicing their English, what I want you to do is think about the things that you're interested in and then start doing those things in English. So if you like baseball or you like gardening or whatever astronomy or some other thing like that, whatever you're interested in, if you can start doing more of that, and even though it's online, you can start looking for YouTube videos, which is something I always recommend. So listen to more things, not necessarily about learning English, but just paying attention to the things that you're already interested in, and many times you already know the idea of those things. So let's say I'm studying astronomy and I know the word for telescope in English or something like that. Then I can look at a video, and when people are talking about that, it becomes easier for me to understand the other words that they're talking about besides telescope. So a sentence about a telescope or something like that. So when you focus on trying to meet other people online as you comment on videos and talk with more people using YouTube or anything else like that, any kind of forum, anything that you can get to. Once you start communicating with people more, you don't have to tell them that you're an English learner. Just talk with them as a friend. And when you build a bit more rapport or have a closer connection with people, then you can actually start, meeting them on Skype or even other people in Hong Kong. There's lots of English speakers out there. You can always find groups that are interested in doing things. But ultimately, you really want to take your mind off of the English language and just focus on something you're really interested in doing and then do that in English. Well, I hope it's been really helpful for you. I know a lot of other students are really interested in learning these kinds of things. So for everybody listening out there, I want you to remember first, even though it may seem kind of boring or it's even if you understand more difficult grammar when you read and write, if you can't speak confidently, it's probably because you don't master basic grammar, and then you kind of lose confidence about wanting to speak because even your basic grammar when speaking is not good. So focus on the lessons that you're getting using Master English Conversation. Go back, especially the time traveling lessons, so you can listen to grammar over and over again and start getting really confident about how you use grammar, and then improve your pronunciation slowly by focusing on individual phonics sounds like the TH and biting your tongue like that. Again, thank you so much. Your English is already fantastic. Keep practicing, and I'll be here if you ever have questions. Have an excellent day. Bye-bye. To learn how to speak real conversational English, even if you don't live in an English-speaking country, with a free trial of our Master English Conversation lessons, and to get fluent in English faster with our free email newsletter and email video course for students, visit us at EnglishAnyone.com.